So here we are again. After the success of my first poem, quite a few people have messaged me or commented they want some more, so here you go. And this poem is about one of my favourite places in the country, and that is Ribblehead Viaduct. I absolutely love this area. Rain, snow or shine, I love being up there, as long as it's not too snowy, because obviously you couldn't get up there unless you lived up there. But just when there's a bit of snow, it's an absolutely beautiful place. And the construction of the viaduct began in 1869. It took about 7 years, and there were 2,300 men approximately that worked on it. And it takes the Settle to Carlisle line across the Batty Moss. So obviously where it was soft, they've had to build a viaduct across, which they did. I think it's a magnificent piece of Victorian engineering. I absolutely love it. The navvies lived in shanty towns, and here's an old picture. You can see it, you know, in the background behind the viaduct as it's been getting constructed. And they were called Belgravia, Sebastopol and Batty Wife Hole. And the last name makes me laugh because I think about it like modern day now, what that will have been like. So like when here and in towns, and when you hear people speak, they go, oh, that's where the Ruffins live, that's the rough area. And that's obviously what they were like. So they've obviously had some people that they think are Batty Wife Hole. And so the others have probably named that area Batty Wife Hole. So these men and their families lived in this area, and it was clearly lawless because some of the men, it says that 200 men were killed constructing the viaduct, but actually if you look back in the history from what we know, some of them were actually killed in brawls and smallpox. So the death toll wasn't just because of health and safety on the viaduct. So you can imagine what it was like living there. It must have been, you know, like an absolute free-for-all. And the area where that stood is now a scheduled ancient monument. Now, the first train went through on the 1st of May 1876, and I just love the area, and I just think it's absolutely wonderful. And there were about 200 workmen. They were buried locally in the local church, Chapel Leydale, and you can see there's like a monument tribute to them down there, and it's a lovely little church. You've been down there as well. But this is my poem as a tribute to the people that built that absolutely wonderful, magnificent viaduct that we not only can enjoy looking at, we can go across on the locomotive, and all us that you know that like steam locomotives can film going across that magnificent structure. So here is my poem about Ribblehead Viaduct, and I stare in wonder at the magnificent structure, endless arches with menacing thunder, reaching up to the sky like witches' fingers, beckons me to come by as I sit and linger. The mist rolls in through the arches like galloping horses running from fear, my shivered spine tingling, a ghostly chime in my ear. Standing alone, mighty and serene, I realise I'm just a small, insignificant being. I close my eyes, hear the silence just breathing, visions of years ago, the hustle, the bustle, the railmen, pickaxes, shovels beating, their names forgotten as time races by like the train that crosses the moss where the arches lie. Belgravia, Sebastopol, Batty Wife Hole, Wild West smallpox, drunken brawl. An utter masterpiece is mended toil, the loss of workers' lives 100-fold. You hear the whistle before you see the steam, tons of power pull across the moss metal gleam. These men built the unimaginable with talent and dedication, with their bare hands and brains, no help from machines, handmade, magnificent artwork, and never to be repeated, or so it seems. I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you so much for watching. There'll be more poems coming soon, and I'll leave you a little treat of the Flying Scotsman going over the wonderful viaduct and our most recent song, Far Away. Thank you very much. Please do subscribe to the channel. Bye.
You're so far away. You're so far away from me. Well, you call me on the telephone. I still